Artiss or Artiss is a company that you probably haven't heard of, but they are a company that sells some really good and reasonably priced furniture. And today I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts and opinions on an Artiss gaming chair. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean and a big thank you to everyone at Artiss for arranging this chair to be sent over to me for review. If you found this video helpful and it helped you decide whether or not this chair was right for you, then let me know by hitting the like button, getting subscribed to the channel, and if you have any, thoughts or comments, maybe let me know in the comment section down below, or alternatively, you can catch up with me on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is where I've been actually showcasing this chair a lot lately. So now that's all said and done, let's begin. Now, upon looking at this chair online, one of the big things that appealed to me straight off the bat was the fact that this chair only comes in at $220 in Australia with free shipping from Amazon. So considering that you get a chair that is, fully featured is probably the right word that I would use. You've got a footrest, you've got plenty of support, you've got some nice design and some good quality materials and good construction. I think $220 for a lot of you is a reasonable amount of money to spend on something like a gaming chair. Now, it obviously doesn't come pre-assembled, it comes flat pack in a box, and it took a few days to arrive, but once you get it here and you unbox everything, it comes included with the Allen key and the bolts to assemble everything. And if you've done any sort of flat pack DIY assembly of any furniture before, you won't have any problems with this chair. It took me roughly about 60 minutes to get it from out of the box to be, ready to be sat in. The chair has an all metal construction with a gas lift that you can actually support up to 150 kilograms, and the gas lift gives you roughly about 7 centimeters of travel total. The material for, the entire exterior of the chair is all PU leather, so that's to make it as durable, soft, and long lasting as possible. For the actual cushion where you'll be sitting, that's a high density foam. And then you've got these two other cushions here for your neck and head, and then for some lower back and lumbar support. So it's really nice that they've included a really nice, decent cushion for sitting on and getting comfortable in, plus some nice cushions here, which can be easily removed if you don't want them. So considering the chair is only $220 and you get something that is all metal construction, PU leather, plastic on only a few components is actually really, really good value. For the base of the chair at its widest point, you're looking at about 75 centimeters. The actual cushion that you're sitting on is 52 centimeters wide, and then the backrest that you're leaning upon, that is 78 centimeters from the top to the base where you're going to be sitting. If you are to measure this chair though at its full height from top to the very bottom, you're looking at roughly 130 centimeters. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is so you can use those numbers and compare against the chair that you're currently sitting on while you're watching this video, and that will sort of help you figure out if this chair is going to be suitable for you. So for the last 2 weeks that I've had this chair, I've been sitting in it probably 3 or 4 nights a week at least. And on average, I would say I was in the chair between 2 to 3 hours at a time. And for me personally, that's probably as long as I can stay seated anyway without getting up and going for a drink or just stretching in general. What I will say though is, even though I was only in the chair for 2 to 3 hours, which might not seem like a long time, I do wish that the cushion that I sat on was maybe just a little bit thicker or a little bit more plush or more firm. I don't know what it was exactly, but it just felt like maybe after a couple hours, it was starting to bottom out a little bit, and it did start to feel like it was maybe just on the skinny side a little bit on the cushion for my butt where I'm actually sitting. The actual backrest though, and that feeling of being hugged in like this racing sort of chair style was actually quite nice. I actually really enjoyed that. I didn't find that I had a sore back or anything like that after a few hours. And these cushions, the fact that you can adjust these with the elastic and the buckles, or just completely remove them, makes it really good to sort of customize the chair to get it to a point where you're as comfortable and as supported as possible. So after a couple hours gaming and editing videos and that kind of stuff, this chair definitely was a chair that I wasn't angry about being in, and I actually really enjoyed this chair. The chair that I was using up until this point is not going to be used any longer. That's actually going to be chucked out, which is a really good sign, because I had that chair for a few years and it was perfectly fine, but this here is definitely a welcome upgrade. On the bottom of the chair, those two levers, one for adjusting the gas lift, worked perfectly, and the other one for adjusting the backrest. Although there's really only for the backrest 2 modes. You can basically unlock it, which will allow you to lean all the way back, and this backrest does go full 180 horizontal. But I will say that the actual spring to sort of help you get back up to that vertical position, I think could be a little bit stronger, because when I was going back to like 30 degrees or 45 degrees, I didn't really feel like I could comfortably put my weight onto the back of the chair like on some other chairs that I've had, and then return to that normal position without really having to grab the arms and kind of like pull myself upwards. So the spring at the bottom, I think, could be a little bit stronger or stiffer. But that being said, you can go ahead with that lever on the bottom and actually lock it into the position that you want it to be in. And that way it's not going to go anywhere. So you can put your full body weight onto it without it moving. So that's just something else that I noticed that I think, you should be aware of before getting this chair. So let's go through all the different features and positions of this particular chair. First things first, down the bottom here, you've got your 2 levers. So down on the first lever, you've actually got your height adjust on the gas lift. So if you pull that up a little bit, that will drop the chair down, or you can just pull it and it will lower it all the way to the ground. To raise the chair, just stand up and pull that lever back up again. The actual back lever here is actually for your backrest. So that one there, I think it is. Let's actually go ahead and pull that up, and you can see once we've done that, you've actually got now the option to, I guess, lean all the way back or lean a little bit back. But what you will notice is that when you're in this chair, it doesn't necessarily push you up. You do have to use your abs a little bit to pull yourself back up to that vertical position. From there though, if you want to actually get super comfortable, you've actually got a little footrest here that I'll pull out, and we'll pull this out. It's pretty simple. And then you've got your little footrest that flips over, and then you can put your feet up just like that, which, I mean, it's basic, but it does the job perfectly fine. So from there, what I like to do is actually have that footrest out, wheel myself, the wheels are quite nice, wheel myself into the desk, get myself set for ready for a big night of gaming, pull myself in like that, and I'm good to go. I do like to actually lock this back in though. So to lock it in, just push that down at the position that you want it to be, and you're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Once you're done gaming for a few hours though, or editing or working or whatever it might be, and you want to have a nap, you can actually just go ahead and just push yourself out, leave the footrest out, pull that lever back up again, which unlocks the backrest, and you can go from this position. What I like to do is actually put my feet here and go basically into a full horizontal 180 degree position, like a mummy almost. I don't feel like I'm gonna tip or go backwards. You can put your legs out if you wanna do that, get yourself really comfortable. But then, to return back to that vertical position is actually pretty simple. So you just put your hands on the arm here, put your feet up on the little footstool if you want, or you can put them on the ground and just sort of push yourself up. Off there, you do need to use your abs a little bit to get up, but it does the job. I think the only weak point is the fact that these arms, because they do, move with the chair, is that they can be a little bit loose, and I've already had to tighten them once or twice, but overall, I think this chair does the job. The only thing that I really can complain about with this chair is actually nothing to do with the chair, and it's actually more to do with the out-of-box assembly instructions that you get. It's literally all fitted onto one little piece of paper, and the images that are on that piece of paper aren't super high resolution. So for someone like me who has pretty good eyesight and can do a lot of this stuff without any issue, I'll be honest, I was struggling a little bit to actually sort of determine which bolt to use and where and what step should I use a washer and whatnot. So I really think that for a few extra cents, they should make the page that they give you and turn that into a booklet, make the images a little bit bigger, take a step out of IKEA's assembly instructions, as I really feel that's going to help those of you who are getting this chair and who are going to be assembling it, especially if you're doing that by yourself. So bottom line is, would I actually recommend this chair? And the short answer is yes, 100% I would recommend this chair. I wouldn't recommend it though to someone who's got like $1,000 executive chair, but I would recommend it to someone who is thinking about getting a gaming chair and doesn't want to invest a lot of money, because the more money that you invest, I guess there's more risk associated with that as well, because you don't necessarily know what you're getting yourself into. And a lot of these kind of products don't really have a return process. So this chair I would 100% recommend for someone like myself who has always wanted a gaming chair but didn't want to invest too much money, or maybe you're wanting to get something for your teenage son or your teenage daughter, or someone who maybe changes chairs every few years and you know the investment is quite low, the return in terms of value and features is quite high, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of value for money. So definitely check out this chair from Artiss. If you have any questions about this chair, let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching this video. So now that you're done watching this video and you're all about budget and value for money, a good one to check out is the video that I put up last week, which is about a $20 capture card, which you should go and check out now.